Hey everyone, Yevi here with the Inktwell. So I recorded this video at lunch and I had thought that I hit record on the microphone when I was recording it. Turns out I didn't. And I went to go listen to the audio from the cell phone. And yeah, we're not going to release that audio. That was horrible. That was beyond horrible. You know what's not horrible? These notebooks. So as you can see, I am opening up the box that I got today in the mail from Elemental Notebooks. I love the packaging. I love the special box. I even love the fact that the tape did not fight with me that much because all I had available was keys. No pocket knives, just keys. Now, as you can see, there's nitrogen, there's oxygen, here comes hydrogen, and of course, carbon. I backed the $65 for notebook tier. And I was totally shocked to see in the bottom a box of 3 unobtainium pocket notebooks. I had no clue Greg was going to throw those in. They were just a happy surprise waiting for me at the bottom of the box, along with an amazing sticker, which has already actually been put on my computer. And then, toss the box out of the way. So the first thing that caught me off guard was there were 6 things in the box. A sticker, totally unprepared for. Good quality, though. I think that's actually what I'm talking about there, if I remember the original audio correctly. And then the box of unobtainium notebooks themselves. You can even see my reflection in the shrink wrap. Awesome. And dot grid, 48 pages. So, same number of pages as you get in a field notes. But cool thing on the box here, we've got the story of unobtainium, because obviously not real element, and a little bit of the brief backstory behind Elemental Notebooks. And I think right there I was saying something about I'm going to do a head-to-head with field notes and see how it is. Now, opening the shrink wrap here for the unobtainium, the first thing that caught me, second thing I guess, would be that they come in a really nice box, and then the texture on these covers. Oh my. The texture is phenomenal. It's kind of got a faux leather touch to it, and I love the way they did the stitching / binding on these notebooks. It's very well built, and I did get to write on the paper a little bit today at work. It did slightly feather with KWZ walkover Vistula. Walkover, that word's always going to give me trouble. And it also feathered a little with Robert Oster, River of Fire, which honestly I think blends perfectly with the green. And there you can see me just fawning over the texture of the cover of those notebooks. Like seriously, they feel good. The second you can get your hands on some, go to elementalpaper.com and buy unobtainium. Obtain the unobtainium. I cannot stress that enough. So I go ahead, box up the notebooks, and then I'm like, oh, okay, I'll just look at one of the notebooks. So of course, going through, I picked up carbon, picked up hydrogen, picked up oxygen, picked up nitrogen. Ooh, nitrogen. And here's where I start debating, do I have enough time? Oh, wait, no. That's where I'm telling you that it's 192 pages of dot grid paper, which that's a lot of paper. I think I'm going to be notebooked for quite a while. And talking about the emission spectrum lines, which is a cool feature on every one of the notebooks. And once again, pointing out that there's a small blurb of the Elemental Notebooks on the back of the packaging. And a little bit of what's going on with nitrogen. So the geek in me was totally happy with the packaging. Come to think of it, I have the packaging sitting on my desk right now with the notebooks. I really need a bookcase. Now, here's where I look at the clock and go, do I have enough time to actually open these up and take a look at them? Well, after looking at this. And yes, it does say lay flat, which it does. And it is 100 GSM paper. You can definitely feel the texture. Finally, I open up the notebook. There I go with the keys again. I could definitely use some good pocket knife recommendations. So each of the notebooks comes in a cardboard sleeve with the emission spectrum on the spine. And these notebooks, those old notebooks, those old library books that you used to get with the nice texture, the nice fabric texture. That's what you get here. Mine had a slight scuff, manufacturing, whatever. It doesn't matter to me because the notebook is meant to be used. It's a notebook. Hopefully, for those that ordered, theirs came scratch-free, scuff-free. But does it devalue it any? No, because you've got cool features like the emission spectrum lines. You've got a very quality cover book. The paper in it, this 100 GSM dot grid paper, even though it's not numbered, I'm okay with that because it still feels good. And push comes to shove, I can just do a homebrew bullet journal table of contents in the front. Here we've got the, oh my goodness, what is that thing called? The periodic table numbering system there. So you've got the element symbol, the element number. They were going to put the name on the spine as well, but in one of the Kickstarter updates, they did let us know that unfortunately, due to the printing process, they couldn't really find a way to do that with the lettering actually coming out as well. Now, all three of the primary notebooks, three of the four primary notebooks come in a black cardboard sleeve. Carbon is the only one that comes in a gray sleeve. I don't know what the process behind that was, but it's a nice touch. As you can see here, it is the blue with the black embossing. Same paper, just different coloring. And a very good color. It's a good blue. It's not obtrusive. It's not obnoxious. It's just blue. Now, this one was actually rather interesting because they did carbon and hydrogen in reverse of itself. So carbon, we'll start with hydrogen. Hydrogen here is the black cardboard box with kind of the grayish white notebook. And the embossing on the spine is black embossing. And that also means that, yes, it does have the black and gray bookmarks that are on the inside. I love the simplicity of that emission spectrum. Just the 4 lines. That brings me right back to, I think we did that in elementary school. Yeah, we did. Yeah, that was 6th grade. And then we pull up carbon here, the building block of life. Well, one of the building blocks of life. Yeah, let's not wax philosophic about carbon, but let's open up carbon. Yes, carbon. And as soon as we get it open, as soon as I'm done struggling with the horrible cut that I did on plastic, future me is very not impressed with past me's performance on opening these notebooks. Ugh. So anyways, back to carbon. I love what they did here. It is a black notebook with black stamping with the black and gray bookmarks. I love the color scheme. This notebook, the carbon one, is definitely going to be the first one I use. It reminds me of carbon. I mean, when you go out and you grill and you use the old charcoals, it's carbon. That's what it reminds me of. And yes, I'm giving you a little bit of a insight into my mind here. And there I am talking about the bookmarkers, how they're the black and gray. But that notebook reminds me of a good barbecue. So yes, I'm going to use it first. And here we go. If you want to find them, go on over to elementalpaper.com. And you can also find them on Twitter at Elemental Paper, Facebook, Elemental Paper, and Instagram, Elemental Paper. There you go. Look them up. Find them. You want them. You know you want them. And once again, these are lay flat. I had one open at my desk at work all afternoon to see if it would blow over. Never did. The linen hardcover is phenomenal. 100 GSM paper, writes beautifully. And these are A5 notebooks, which for me, A5 is best size. We can fight if you want to, but I'm right and you know it. So there you have my unboxing of the Elemental notebooks, complete with unobtainium. Thank you for joining me. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at theinktwell. And you can also find me at theinktwell.com and floor3media.com/theinktwell. Thank you for watching. I'll see you this weekend.